Yes, yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Spirit Journey. Yes. Today is November 5, 2020, and the time right now it's after. I know it's after 6 o'clock. Well, I hope you're all doing well. A moment ago, I was just doing a live stream, and I was having problems with the. It froze. The screen froze. I've been having this problem now for a while. I have on my glasses so in case someone writes a comment, I'll be able to read it. So that's what this is. They're pinhole cameras too. Not pinhole glasses. And yeah, I can't find my eyeglasses, my regular ones, and I need to be able to see. So these were the only pair that I could find. Yes, hello YouTube. I apologize for that. Yeah, my screen froze, and I had the camera shining on me. Um, I had it shining the window with the lights and everything, and I couldn't tell when it turned itself off. So I have it on me because the light is on me, and so I can see a little better. But yeah, I hope your day is going well, guys and gals. Um, yes, I hope your day is going well. I went outside today. I went out today. I had a pastrami sandwich on rye bread. Yep, and matzo ball chicken noodle soup. Yeah, I saw this video on different foods in New York City, and I was going to go to this place downtown, and I said, this app says it's 4 miles away. I don't think it's that far, maybe 2 miles, but it said 4 miles. I said, by the time I get there, I'll be really, really starving. So I said, I know it has to be a Jewish deli near here. So yeah, I found one, and it was okay. The pastrami, it could have been they could have heated up better. Yeah, it was almost. It wasn't exactly cold, but when you it's supposed to be a hot sandwich, and it's like, you know, but it was okay. The taste was okay. It was just the temperature. But either way, I just went there, came back, and just relaxed today. Yes, hello, more people out there. Yes. Yeah, so my day was real simple. I'm keeping it simple these days, and yeah, my dogs are with me too. They're resting. And what I want to talk about today, I want to talk about what they call wellness. The eating, the eating trends that you see over YouTube. Um, I'm a thinker about certain things. Now, I eat to live, but I do enjoy food. I do enjoy eating good food. It's hard to get good food now in New York City. The type of labor that is used to prepare the food is not the same as yesterday, and it's lacking. Everything is about saving money, and so maybe the quality of the ingredients and so on. But what I want to talk about today, I want to talk about several things. I want to talk about, I'm not going to be mentioning names or anything like that of channels, but I want to talk about um, people who do the um, discussions about what they ate for the day, like the raw vegan people. I want to talk about that and what I saw next door to where I live. There's what they call urgent care facilities that is now all over New York City. They popped up, I think, last year sometime or the year before, but they're all over. I notice now. So let me begin. Um, I, w- I was watching a video with it's a couple. The two lovebirds. They moved to the tropics, and they're in a plantation house, and the girl is a raw vegan, and the guy he does, I think he does eat meat, um, but he eats the veggies and the smoothies, things like that with her, and they're very motivated, and they there are many channels that say like what they ate for the day, you know, and they're very good at video editing. It's bright colors, and the it looks fantastic, and I get all hyped up about seeing how they prepare the food. Primarily, what these raw fooders eat is fruits. They eat a lot of berries. What else? Um, Apples, carrots. I'm sorry, the smoothies are with the carrots, but berries and things like that. Um, it looks interesting, and they make it look exciting. But then my mind is starting to ask myself, why do I find this interesting? Every one of us need to eat every day, but I start to ask myself, why am I getting all hyped in with this? That uh, most of us have to eat something or at least drink water every day, right? Why am I so attracted to this? And that's what I want to talk about. Why the fascination now with the trends of the raw fooders, or vegetarians, or the vegans. See, for me, I'm very practical. I'm a very practical person. Um, I basically eat to live. I really, I mean, growing up as a kid, uh, my mom did most of the cooking, and basically her meals, like for dinner, you have a meat, a protein, and a starch. And my mother will be 92 years old in February. I mean, her health isn't perfect. She does have certain conditions right now, but she's mobile. She doesn't require like a cane or anything to walk. She's mobile on her own. Um, so this family member never was into organic food. She is very practical. She buys what she could afford. Um, and again, she eats to live. It's she doesn't like think about, oh boy, I can't wait to eat this or that. It just, and like myself, I get up, you know you prepare your meal, and the meal is to assist you in doing work, whatever what your work is, whether it's behind a desk or something physical. The food for me is really just to assist you. It's like a tool. And I do have a nutrition background. I did get my master's in nutrition from the college here in New York City, where I still live. Um, and I realized after successfully completing the master's program in nutrition, I don't really know a lot about nutrition. And I say it like that because I ask myself, I mean, um, learning about science is science, but food and nutrition, you know, I didn't know a lot about food. I knew some things about food. I knew how the body digests food, but that's not knowing food. Um, so when I first graduated, that was in 2012. Early 2012 was when I had the graduation ceremony. I finished the course like in November of the prior year, and then in May of the following year, um, the, the the graduation ceremony. But I did watch some things on YouTube, and that's where I was really first being exposed to the raw food people, raw vegans, vegetarians, and they presented food like this was something that was just discovered, and these were primarily young women in their 20s or 30s. They may have a partner, and they share about how they prepare their raw food meal. Um, some of them do cook their food, and I'm fascinated on one level because they're talking as if this is something new about it. And so in my mind I'm thinking, okay, let me follow along with them to find out what is the new thing. And but in essence there's nothing really new. um, I might eat bananas like some of them eat. Some of them, eat raw carrots. Some of them blend their food. um, but I'm saying, well, why do I need to watch this? What? And it's something, I eat every day. So I'm wondering, what is this movement all about? What is it? I look at what they're eating. Some of them eat such large quantities of food, like the person that I watched today. I mean, it's a really cute. Um, her format, it's really cute. It's she's developing new ideas with her new partner, sharing in her channel. Um, but what, mm, I, I I really start to wonder, um, the quantity of food. And that I would say that's the one of the main things that I notice. They eat large quantities, and since they primarily eat fruits, those sweet fruits, um, when the body is loaded with fructose, the metabolism of fructose, it if I remember right, it doesn't have like a cutoff. Like your body has these mechanisms when it gets to a certain threshold of something, it has a cutoff. But in metabolizing fructose, it doesn't. So it's almost like having a faucet turned on, and um, it doesn't have like something like in case the water is about to overflow, something to prevent it, something to drain it off. So it just so think of it. It doesn't have this whole escape valve, and so then the water's just going to overflow, and mess up things in your home. Same thing with when you're flooding yourself with so much fructose. One person I remember eating 52 bananas in one sitting. In one sitting, 52 bananas. And it's like, it what is the goal there? I mean, two big bananas is maximum for me. Why do they need so much? And and I'm starting to wonder, in the long run, down the road, what's going to happen to those people? What are they going to develop? See, right now they're young and everything, but in due time, these people may incur certain health ailments. And that's my concern. That's really my concern about them. That they're going to eat so much, and then down the road, because they're flooding their body with so much fructose, and sugars, um, whether they're crash. Um, and they're not really eating like they're usually processing the fruits. They might put in a blender. Um, they're not. It's not like they're eating it just like straight off the tree and cut in little pieces and chewing and eating it. They're blending it, and so they're putting in a food processor. And when you eat this food, when you drink it, let's say you make a smoothie and you're drinking it right away, quickly. Now, digestion of the sugars, the starches, begin in the mouth. And if you're not allowing your mouth to begin the process of digestion, um, isn't it being hindered, the uh, breakdown of the food and the metabolism of it? So I'm thinking it might cause a problem in the long run. But yeah, then I started thinking, okay, if I didn't mention this already, now I have a parent who will be 92 years old, and this parent of mine doesn't go around eating 52 bananas in a sitting. Uh, they have, let's say for dinner, they have a meat, a protein, and a starch. Boom, and they might have some wine or something to drink with their meal. Outside of that, so how is that like? You have to want to you want to compare people who live long. I mean, what are they eating? Are these people, these raw fooders, these vegans, these vegetarians, how are they faring? Are they living to a long age? Many of the vegetarians die of cardiovascular disease because many of them aren't getting the certain B vitamins. So, again, watching these videos, they're very entertaining. They make the food look good, but I feel like I'm being seduced in something to watch these people eat. And it's like, well, what's no? I mean, we all have to eat. I think my issue is I don't want to get caught up in hype if there's nothing to be hyped over. We all eat. Uh, this girl that I knew, she used to tease me and say, "Oh boy, you're the first person I met who eats to live rather than live to eat." Yeah, for me, food was a tool, and you need it. You take care of the food, whatever, to prepare it well, and you move on. It's almost like I think with some of the people out there in social media that it's almost like a religion. Yes, I mean, respect your food, respect the food source, um, and I do bless my food before I eat it. But I don't want to my uh, make it into a religion. You know, my goal isn't to just eat. I eat so that I can do my work. Maybe um, walk my dogs. To do physical activity. Okay, so I just wanted to just have you really think about when you watch some of these programs. Are you being seduced by them to feel like you need to eat the way that they do? Excuse me. It's my little boy coming, my little baby boy. See that? Oh, we can see him. His little head. He wants to sit next to mommy. Okay. Yeah. So you have to start asking yourself that. Are you being seduced by them? Are they talking to you as if you have to eat 50 something bananas, or you have to eat everything organic? I remember my asking my teacher, my nutrition teacher, um, about organic foods. And I thought, oh wow, if I'm in a nutrition program, maybe I should go vegan or I'm sorry, organic. And I asked her point blank about organic. Do you live long if you eat organic food? And oh, what was her response? Oh, if I can remember right, she was there was no significant difference between the two, and I thought that was something. But I still thought, I think after the program and everything, graduating, you know, the organic food is more expensive. And you know what I'm finding? The organic food in New York City, that don't you notice that it's smaller? Let's say an avocado, an organic avocado. It's real small and it's real hard. I bought other foods that were all organic, and I did not enjoy them. I think I bought bananas once, and it just didn't get ripe. And then I bought something, regular, non-organic, and it was nice and sweet and big. So I don't know what's happening with the food here in New York City, that the organic food does not taste good. It doesn't seem to mature well. They're picking it before it's ripe. And then you get the regular food, and it seems, seems nicer. It's more palatable. So I don't know what's going on there. Something, you know, you have to really think about what's going on. But that's what I was noticing. Okay. There's something else I want to talk about. I made mention about this a couple of years ago. I have my dogs that I walk, and I started noticing in town. Yes, hello, viewer. Um, I noticed in town there's these places called the urgent care facilities. Urgent care. They are walk-in clinics, and you'll be able to, like, let's say you woke up not feeling good, so you can just go right in there, and you get to see a doctor right away. Now, when I first started seeing them, I said, this is up here for a reason. Why so many all over the neighborhood? Do they know something that I don't know? Well, what if what's going on now was preordained? The it starts with a C, okay? And what if they planned all this? So they set up. See, society, real societies, they set up beforehand. Before something is to occur, they set it up in the community that you live in. So it seems it seems to be that they knew that something would be introduced that will require people to see a doctor. And they're all over. In fact, where I live, there's two right across the street from one another. So on one block, there's two of them, right opposite each other. And they're all over. As you start walking around, you start to see more and more of it. Do they know that we're going to be getting sick? And how sick? Why? How do they know this? I saw uh, this video. It's one of those alternative news program. It was fantastic, and it seems to suggest that what you see is something that seems to be planned ahead of time. That will be ushered in, and you're stuck with it. So why would they do that? I think really it's about control. They want to control your bodies. They want to control what goes into your body. They want to frighten you. So, like when I left today to get some lunch, uh, I noticed, yeah, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I see a hey, step in life. Yes, yes, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Um, yeah, when I went outside today, I noticed that there was a long line, and I've been noticing now for the past 2 weeks that the urgent care facility near where I live is getting a longer and longer lines every day. At first, I thought they were on the line to get into the fitness club, but no, they're standing outside for the urgent care clinic. I guess they only allow a small number of people inside at a time. And what's interesting about this group is that they're all young. They look like people in their early 20s. They have their mask, they're all slim, and they look like dejected, sad, and I've never seen this before. I never. It's like, see, they're creating it. Okay, what it looks like to me is they'll set up something in the system, and then they'll say, "Oh, this thing is out," and then everybody's gonna think they got it. I think people are just so scared that, like, anything you talk about in social media that's trending, they are going to say they have it. It was even like a trend of who's gluten sensitive. Not everybody's like gluten sensitive. Anything that they talk about in social media, it seems like the fashion now is that you have to have the same um, sensitivity. So now I presume people are going to this urgent care that just I think started maybe 3 years ago, and some of them are new, or even newer than that. Um, they, they, they think they have something. Now, let's just say they have a cold or flu. Now, cold and flu season is right around the corner. It's now the weather is getting cold. Yesterday was very cold outside. Today was slightly warmer, but it was like in the 50s Fahrenheit, 50 plus Fahrenheit. Now, in the past, people would get cold flus, but they wouldn't be in any urgent care place. But now that they made it a public concern and that you have to wear a mask, even though viruses could enter and leave the mask. So you have to ask yourself, what is it preventing? Now, yes, obvious spittle on you, yes, that could block it out. So why aren't they asking for a face screen? That's what I used when I need to use it. You know, going to an establishment that requires some type of covering. That's what I have. I have a face screen, and sometimes that's not enough. They really prefer the mask that goes over your mouth and nose. But those you really, if you're walking and everything, you can't really move about because you'll start to build up um, harder time to breathe, and your CO2 levels will increase. They're not telling the public that having a mask could actually be detrimental. Now, if you're sick and you need to go outside, yes, put your mask on or a face or a face shield. I think use wisdom. But if you're well, why put the mask on, which which could, if you put it on 24/7, you are going to start developing chronic problems. You're going to build up your cortisol level, your adrenaline levels, because your body is gasping for air. This would trigger a stress response. So your body is in an alarm state, and so your body can't be under that for so long. It's going to cause havoc in your body eventually. And if this is something that you do every day for hours at a time, and you're doing physical activity, um, I wish the media would talk about that, of the harm that could cause. So basically, with this live stream is the awareness of some things are by design, and I think that they planned ahead of time that they're going to have some type of ailment, and they're going to create all these urgent care facilities who are going to take your name, address, telephone number, and get this, contacts who you were with, because if they claim that you have this particular ailment now that's popular, they want to know everybody that you had contact with, and that they are going to contact them, and so on. So I feel that it's a system to find out who's with who, to invade your privacy, and it's not about wellness or health. If they really were about their wellness and health, they would urge people to have a face screen. It's something that goes in front of the face. It's not pressing against the face, um, so you could navigate around. You'd be able to breathe in and out and get the oxygen you need. So why are they doing this? I think it's part of the social. They're planning on something, I believe. They even having a movie that's coming out shortly. I saw it over um, the alternative news. I don't know the name, but basically what it's about. It's a movie that sets itself in the very near future, and it's with some type of, if you have a fever, they get the police, these people, to take you out of your house and then put you in a concentration camp. And it's slowly about a police state. So this movie is supposed to be coming out. I wish I knew the name of it, but I think I saw it on Alex Jones, Infowars. I think it was on his program. Yeah. Um, I watch his program once in a while to find out any new insights regarding the elections and everything. Uh, Things are being. See, they introduce films like this, people, to get you prepared so that when they usher it in, that you accept your fate more readily. They call it I think called predictive programming. Predictive programming. They are they're telling you in advance as a way so that when it does come in, you're already um, conditioned to it, and you're more pliable for suggestion. Yeah, be really careful. See, they want to get into your business and want to know all your contacts. I mean, if you're sick, you go to a doctor. But if you're not sick, Why are you going to those urgent care centers, and they're going to get in your business, and they're going to want to know all your contacts, things like that. And if in the past you ever got a cold or flu, you didn't run to these urgent care places. So why are you going now? It's not free. And these are young people. These are people that look like they're in their 20s and 30s and have the mask on. They're waiting outside to go in. So now they're stuck outside in the elements because it's cold now. It's getting cold. So if you already got the flu, you standing out there in the cold. See that? That is not promoting wellness. If those people are sick, you better have things inside for them to sit down. You might say, oh, they're going to spread the germs. Well, there's always germs in the air. Always germs. The only way that you don't have germs is if you have something um, that's sucking out all the air and putting in fresh air. It's virtually impossible. You want to be able to live in your environment. I'm not saying to live in filth, but see if you try to make everything sanitized, sanitize what needs to be sanitized. Let's say you're preparing meats. You better sanitize that cutting board because you do not want cross contamination. In fact, use a separate board for meats and separate board for fruits and veggies. But it's coming to a point like they want you afraid of your environment. And I'm saying, okay, use wisdom while you're in the environment. Wash your hands when you need to wash your hands, but be one with your environment and build up your immune system. That should be the first line of defense, building up your immune system using common sense. And when all those things fail, go to the urgent care. These are young people. And it wasn't there before. They weren't standing there before. This urgent care, this one particular urgent care that's near where I live, uh, it might have been there for maybe 2 years, 3 years. And no one used to hang outside. They'll be inside. Now it's a line just to go in there. And again, I don't know why they're there, but I'm speculating it's that special thing that begins with a C. Yeah, they're making young people afraid. They are afraid, so they stand online with the mask, and they're all looking at their cell phones, and they're just standing there. No one's talking to one another. No one. It's they're just making you afraid of everything, and I don't know how fear is beneficial. It's good to be in the know, but I think they are creating a fear society with the young people. They look like they're in their 20s and 30s, and they're afraid to get a cold or flu. What happened the year before and the year before that? People had conditions with, people even get on the train that's sick. You have a cold, you just bring your tissues, whatever. You just deal with it. But of course, if you can't breathe, stuff like that, go to the hospital. So I want to wrap this up. So basically, what I'm talking about that what people are eating, are they eating to live, or they're eating like a fad, and eating this high levels of fructose, even though it's a natural form, is it harmful in the long run? I don't know any vegans or raw vegans that are in their 90s, and my family members in the 90s, and they don't eat organic. They don't, you know, they're not into fruits and stuff like that. They will eat some, but they just eat, a starch, a protein. What was that? A starch, a protein, and the greens, and that's what they eat for dinner, for their major meals. And in the breakfast, they might have eggs and sausage and toast and their coffee. So, how is it that these uh, raw fooders, and again, nothing wrong. I tried veganism. I tried it for about 9 months, and I decided to stop because of certain health concerns I had. I did go to the doctors, and the doctor said I was fine, but I was getting cramps in my leg. I think I might have been hydrated because this was during the summer. I had done a long walk, and my muscles were just hypersensitive. If my muscles flex, they get contracted and it hurts. Um, yeah, so I think that's what happened. So I said, I don't want to risk it. So I just eat whatever what I want to. Um, I'm more concerned about, yeah, again, these trends and these urgent cares, and that they could be encouraging you to be afraid of your own body's response to a natural occurrence. And again, it's costing money. These places aren't free to go see a doctor. And it could be, that all this was planned. They're all over New York City, the urgent cares. We have tons of hospitals in New York City. And on top of the hospital, you got the urgent care that you just walk. It's like a walk-in clinic. You just walk in, you get to see a real MD. I don't know. I feel that they're placed there strategically, and then what you call the predictive programming, like the movie that will be coming out shortly about these spread of these um, diseases, and those people who have a fever, they will be forcibly removed from their homes and put in concentration camps. And you don't live too long in a concentration camp, and that's the point. And I think that's all what they want to put you through eventually. And I'm saying, don't allow them to do that to you. No, no, speak out, and be aware of trends that pop up in your neighborhood. Read between the read between the lines, and protect yourself. And put up information about the communities and what's happening in your communities that could um, be serious. So that's all that I want to share right now, and I hope you enjoyed the content, and share this video with friends, family members. You can subscribe to my channel, Spirit Journey, and those of you who want to support my channel, I have a PayPal me link on my channel. On the top part of the banner on my channel, you see a PayPal me link. Just click on the link and follow the prompt. Any amount will be greatly appreciated. I thank you in advance for your support. Take care and enjoy your day in safety. Bye bye.